right? I just want to introduce myself. My name is Meng, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the International Medical University's event entitled Dialogue with CEO. This dialogue brings together business leaders from a variety of different industries with unique background and experience. These CEOs can share their struggles, their triumphs, and this gives the participants, okay, the opportunity to learn and be inspired by the CEOs, and they can provide new ideas and fresh perspectives towards entrepreneurship. Now, today with me is Mr. Meng Chuan, the CEO from Big Pharmacy Group Malaysia. He possesses strong pharmaceutical background as a pharmacist and also has got extensive managerial experience, over 10 years of that. Mr. Lee graduated with a bachelor degree of pharmacy from the University of South Australia, and is currently into sales and marketing of pharmaceutical products as well as management of pharmacies. Just a bit more background about him. Big Pharmacy was founded in 2005 by himself as well as Miss S.Y. Lim, which is his wife. Now, they started with the first retail outlet in 2006, and now the Big Pharmacy Group has three business arms. They are the Big Pharmacy Healthcare Sendirian Berhad, which focuses on retail pharmacy, hospital and clinic distribution, started in 2016, as well as a pharmacy distribution company. Currently, they have more than 100 retail pharmacies in Malaysia, so it's not short of a number of outlets in Malaysia. Big Pharmacy Healthcare is a privately owned company with more than 900 employees. Both founders are dynamic, ambitious, and very passionate entrepreneurs. So, without any further ado, let us welcome Mr. Meng Chuan to the floor. Mr. Lee, welcome to IMU.
Okay, hi. Yeah, good afternoon, and thank you for the invitations. Yeah, so I'm Mr. Lee. Today, I think we have about 130 stores. Our staff, we have about 1,300 staff at this moment. Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, very brief introductions. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I hope that that introduction does you credit. I mean, you started not that long ago, but up to now you've grown to such a big group, and I'm sure you're very ambitious. And we've seen Big Pharmacy grow and grow and grow over the past few years.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit more about yourself? Something that I didn't introduce, for example, where you were from, and so on. Okay.
Okay. I'm from Malacca, a Malacca boy.
Okay.
Born with not a rich, or I would say medium low kind of family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So maybe I'll share with you a bit of my history. Yeah,
Okay.
my family backgrounds. Then when I started my business, how I started my business, and what I think in the future, what we aim for. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was 3 years old, I started to go to Pasmalam with my parents to work because my parents sells ikan bilis in Pasmalam. Okay, so 3 years old, I spent most of my time in Pasmalam, and when I was 5 years old, I really helped them to work already. So I have to carry things when got 3 times in the Pasmalam night market, then I have to pick the ikan bilis because they have a lot of heads and all that, so we have to tidy and do all those things, you see. 7 years old onwards, every Friday, right, after school, I studied in Chinese school. So Sekolah Kebangsaan Cina. So Sekolah Rendah Cina lah. So for Chinese school, you know, we have a lot of homeworks. But I'm the one, my classmates all were very happy weekends because they can play and all that. But for me, I feel like that is the worst time for the weekend. Yeah. Why? Every Friday, right, after school, I have to carry the bags and wait in front of the school. Then I have to go to the van and follow my parents to go to work already. So reach back home at around 11 p.m. after our so-called dinner, which is your supper. Finish the supper at 12 a.m. Then tidy up a bit of things and shower everything. So sleep at 2 a.m. Saturday. Then I have to wake up at 8 o'clock a.m. on Saturday, rush my homework for 2 hours. Then I have to start to help my parents to preparing the goods and to go to Pas Malam again. So Saturday Pas Malam, I remember that was in Tampin. Anyone who stays near Malacca or Negeri Sembilan, they will know where is Tampin. The Tampin Pas Malam, I scared the most. Why? Because it started 11 a.m. until night 10 a.m. So can you imagine or not? 11 to 3 o'clock under the hot sun. Because we don't have roof. We just use the kemah. Yeah, so reach back home at about 12 o'clock, then tidy up the things, sleep at Sunday morning 2 a.m. But Sunday morning 4 a.m. I have to wake up. That means I only got 2 hours sleep. Why? Because the next day I have to go to Pasar Pagi. So we sell ikan bilis and ikan masin. Usually our stores is at the middle of the Pas Malam. So we need to be the first one who go in and the last one who comes out because our neighbors will be there. I mean, so that's the thing. Sunday, after everything, I think I reach home at 3 o'clock afternoon. Have a nap for 2 hours, then start to do homework. Sometimes I scared the most was weekends. If let's say fall into payday, the payday fall into weekends, more business will be better for us. So Sunday, right? Even after 2 hours nap, then I have to wake up. We have a Pas Malam again on Sunday. So from 5:30, we go to Aikaro and come back at 10 o'clock. Then only rush my homework. So that was my childhood. Yeah, 9 years old. 9 years old onwards, I take the bus. I took the bus to 45 minutes bus to go to work already by myself. Primary school, my parents never bring me to school. Even the first day of the school, I go to myself. So this is how we grow, and this kind of life follow me until my secondary school. Yeah. So when during holidays, I have to find things to do, and I sold a lot of things. Sometimes holiday, if let's say durian season, then I will take the durian from my uncles and then I sell it to people for my pocket money. I sold Pamela before, I sold Limau Manis before, and all that. Yeah.
Yep.
So that was my life. And with that kind of life, people always look down on us. To be very honest, why? Because we don't have a proper shop. Everything is in our house. The goods, ikan bilis, ikan masins, all is in our living rooms and all that. So our school shirts or anything will be smell of those ikan masin or ikan bilis smell. You see, even the books, the homework. Why? Because I don't have time. Sometimes I have to bring my homework to go to Pas Malam to do the homework there. It smells of ikan bilis. Yeah. So how do I say? Even a lot of friends, sometimes family members, they will look down on us. But I told myself, hey, I want to be someone when I grow up. I keep telling myself, hey, I want to change my family life. Yeah, I have a strong feeling that something is waiting for me. I want to do something big and something great in the future. Yeah, but I'm quite lucky actually. I never blame my families. How come I born with this kind of life and all that? How come I need to go through all these things? In fact, now I think back, I'm very fortunate because I experienced that earlier than other people. So, and that's mold me, how I become today.
So how can I know more? We hear about your childhood. what inspired you to be a pharmacist or to study pharmacy?
Yeah. Um, I have to tell you honestly, when I enrolled the pharmacy course, right, I don't know what is pharmacy. Seriously, I don't know what is pharmacy about. I don't know what's pharmacists doing and what's the role, what kind of position. I know nothing.
Okay.
I still remember the time was about 1999, year 1999. So 1997, 1998, that was economic crisis. Okay.
Yep.
So that time, what in my mind is, hey, I want to be the ikan bilis in
Mhm.
Malacca and hopefully in Malaysia. Because I know the ikan bilis more. I know this business nature. I can buy goods already. I can purchase the goods and all that. So so just happened because of the economic crisis, and
Mhm.
I really need something to support the family. I want to change my
Mhm.
family. So just I'm very lucky. Every point of time I met someone. Okay, my friend, my classmate, uh, from Malacca, the
Mhm.
parents want to bring him to go to visit those education fair.
Mhm.
So asked me whether I want to follow. I asked my dad. I said, Dad, can I get a 1 day leave? Sunday I don't go to Pasar Malam. Can I go to? I want to go to the educational fair. The time I was thinking, hey, I want to get some business course,
Mhm.
business class. Yeah. So so I went to. I still remember the whole day. Right. I
Mhm.
just go to take those info about business class, business admin. Actually, I don't know what is business admin as well.
Mhm.
So I just collect those business course kind of data. Then my friend is the one who wants to study pharmacy. He went to collect all those data for pharmacy course, what is it, how
Mhm.
much, and all that.
Mhm.
So just so happened, I was quite tired. Then I just asked him, hey, when is your last station? Then he said, oh, go this pharmacy one in SIT the time. They did a training with UniSA. So he said the last one, okay, I follow. So sit down there. The lecturer gave me a form and asked me to fill out my results, and also asked me what I'm interested at. So I
Mhm.
just take everything, tick, tick, tick,
Mhm.
tick, tick. But pharmacy course, I also just take because nothing to do, just take. So happened after 2 months, then they called me and say, hey, Mr. Lee, we can give you a seat in pharmacy, uh,
Mhm.
can give you some scholarship or something like that.
Mhm.
And yeah, so that time, something came into my mind. I can do a professional course. You get what I mean? So that time, that point of time, what I'm thinking is, okay, I can do a professional course. At least when I come out, I have a kind of secure income. I want to do business anytime I can do. I want to sell companies anytime I can do. So,
Mhm.
so I was thinking, okay, give me another options. So yeah, so that's the things. That's the reasons why I study pharmacy.
Okay. I think what you shared with me is the accidental discovery of your course, of
Yes,
your life path, which is
yes.
not unusual. Some people do that. Okay, so some people actually find their life passion that way, and you thankfully shared that with us. Now that you've done pharmacy, can I find out, are you regretting it or you enjoying it?
I'm actually enjoying it. I never regrets.
Okay.
Yeah. So why I said I never regrets, I think no matter what positions you are, what business, if you ask me what I do, as long as you enjoy your work, you have the passion on it, you do well, and you think that your works actually your job can do bring a lot of happiness and great things to others, then you will feel very happy. Yeah. So why I say that, last year when the first MCO,
Mhm.
we actually supported, I think, 3,000 plus families with the food. food aid. We actually give them, we donate, we bring to the families, those poor families. And this time, right, for the past 2 to 3 weeks, we have helped more than 2,000 families. Why I do that? Partly is also because when I see people suffering and all that, I can't, I feel very bad. I can't imagine if, let's say, these things happens 20 years ago, I mean earlier, like in 2020, 2000, year 2000, if COVID happened in year 2000, I don't think I would be here today, you see. So that's why I help them a lot. For all these CSR, we help, we do what we can. Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, big pharmacy, right? Many people thought big pharmacy, the meaning of big pharmacy is I want to do the business until very, very big. Is actually the meaning of bigs come from be in good health, stands for be in good health. So we want everyone to be in good health. That's the real meaning of big.
Okay. That now explains. I always see your logo as capital BIG.
Yes.
One of my questions was also to find out what does BIG really mean. So you've already answered that for me.
Yeah.
Okay. So thanks for that. Now, to be in the position that you are in right now as a CEO, and also to start a company and to be entrepreneurial, okay, what does it take for a student these days to be interested in entrepreneurship? Or how do they want to start a business if they wanted to start a business? Can you share some insights?
Yeah. I think my advice, I've interviewed more than 2,000 pharmacists. Okay, I spoke to many people, youngsters. Sometimes I like to talk to them. I think for people's, right, or students who wants to start a business, first thing you must understand what are you doing, and you have to think whether it's practical, whether you have the knowledge. That is first thing. Second thing is don't let people tell you, hey, you think too big, or you just always think too big, or what. Don't let people tell you that. You must have a big dream, have a clear aim, set a clear aim. The aim is actually a directions for you. Okay, so that is very important. And also the other one, determinations. Whether you are determined to do that or not, because nothing falls from the skies unless you have a very rich family. But for us, right? Yeah, we start one by one, step by steps. Yeah, so I think determinations. You will feel definitely the process is not so easy, but you must have determination and always be optimistic. Nothing fall from the sky. Nothing go very smoothly one. You must be very optimistic and always find, hey, if you have anything happen, then find a way. Try to think of a way how to solve it. That is very important.
Okay. I'm going to rewind back a little bit. You told us also you came from Chinese school. Okay.
Yeah.
I can share with you that I also have a lot of students who come from Chinese school background. Okay. And when they come to study pharmacy, they complain a little bit. They say, oh, I'm from Chinese school background. I cannot write as good an essay or answer compared to those students who come from Malay school background or English school background, the sekolah kebangsaan. What do you say? What do you think? Is there an advantage or disadvantage for students coming from Chinese school background? I know what my answer is. My answer is no. There's no disadvantage at all. What may be disadvantage will be an advantage later. Okay, that's what I keep telling them. I keep telling them, keep working on it. Don't use it as an excuse. That's what I tell them. But I want them to hear from you. Okay, what would be your answer? Is there an advantage or disadvantage?
Okay, if you tell me, right, if you ask me these questions, to be very frank, I think my English is not good. Seriously, frankly speaking, I have a tough time in uni. If you have chance, right, you met my high school teacher. My high school teacher even told my wife, he said, wow, when I hear your husband study pharmacy, he sweat for me, cold sweat, he said. Why coach say you don't think I can graduate? Because my English is very poor. I work in Pasmalam. I don't like to study, you see. So I have a tough time maybe when studying. But I think people spend 1 hour to read that. You have to spend 3 hours. That is the determinations. You have to do it. But after that, I can tell you, in reality, once it comes to public or retail or what, if you can speak Mandarin, you can talk Mandarin, that is a super advantage for you. Serious, because you have to understand, in Malaysia, we have 3 nationality: Malays, Indians, and Chinese. So Chinese crowd, you need to talk to them in Mandarin. A lot of places you have to explain, you have to read, you have to write. And when you do business in overseas, we say buy goods from China or sell goods to China or what, you have to understand Mandarin.
Yes.
Yeah, that is the advantage.
Yeah.
So if you ask me, because you are Chinese and you cannot graduate, you have a lot of disadvantage, to me, it's just an excuse. What you have, how to say, uh, how determined are you, and yeah, how much you put in the effort. That is very important.
Okay. Good. No, thanks for sharing that. Huh? What you shared was exactly what I tell my students also. Work on it. Don't treat it as a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Now, earlier you also shared with me you had a daughter.
Mm.
Okay, I'm going to put a difficult question to you now. Would
Mhm.
you suggest your daughter to do pharmacy?
Okay, I actually have elder son and 3
Mhm.
daughters.
Okay.
Yeah, many people ask me why I work so hard. Here's our companies, right? If you look at our company's record, in year 2017, we only have 13 outlets. Okay, and within this, how many years? 4 years. We have grown until 130s, and this year we are going to expand even faster. So definitely, I mean, the workload and the stress is more. Yeah. So many people, my friends and all that, they said, "Hey, hello, Mr. Lee, why you still work so hard? You have to spend some time for yourself." I think to answer your questions, right? I Let me elaborate a bit more, lah. Huh?
Sure.
So,
Okay, please.
as an entrepreneur, and why big pharmacy can grow till so fast is because of my dream.
Mhm.
My dream is I want to bring big pharmacy to become the best healthcare providers company in Malaysia in
Mhm.
3 years' time. And hopefully in 5 years' time, I can proudly tell everyone, hey, my aim is to make big pharmacy as a best healthcare providers company in Malaysia and XX country. So with this kind of aim, right, I never aim to be uh, earn more money, to how to make myself more richer or wealthy. No, that is never happens in my mind. Because if let's say money, right, I would have sold everything, then I can relax already. Our revenue few hundred millions a year. So we are actually one of the biggest in Malaysia now. Yeah. So my dream is I hope that um, one day um, when I'm not here, I want to donate. I want to set up a trust, and all my shares I put in, and I set a dividend policy
Mhm.
to my people. So the dividend that I can get from my shares, first thing I want to set a foundation like education fund to those
Mhm.
people who work in big pharmacy, or emergency fund for our staff. That is the priority. Second priority, okay, we after that, if let's say we got extra, then we helps the people who are in needs, help the nation. Yeah. So with this, right, with this kind of dream, I have how to say, I told my wife, I told everyone, the CEO position is not for my families. It's not for my next generations. Whoever has the capability, whoever can lead the companies and bring the companies to the next level, then he can be the candidate for this position. Yeah. So I always tell my son, my daughter, I said, hey, today your dad is, yeah, I'm a pharmacist, I'm a business owner, I'm the founder. If you are interested to work or to study anything else, I won't stop you. Please go ahead. In fact, you don't want to study pharmacy, I'm okay, but do what you like in your interest. What we can do as a parents is I can guide you. I can help you to give some comments and help you to choose the course that you like.
Yep.
Yeah. So for me, right, as a CEO of a pharmacy company, you no need to be a pharmacist.
Okay. Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Do
I've
I
got an
answer
answer.
your questions?
Yes, you've answered it. I know what you mean. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand where you are. But coming back to be a CEO, okay? You said to your son and to your daughters, if they are happy to do something else, you will support them.
Yeah.
Okay? Very nice. But what do you think should a CEO possess? What skills, what strengths, what capabilities must a CEO possess for
Okay.
somebody to come after you, for example?
I think first thing the CEO must have, I will say love lah. First thing,
Mhm.
first criteria.
Mhm.
What I say love is love the business.
Okay.
Okay, I love big pharmacy like I love my families.
Mhm.
That's why I won't further sell my shares out or what. I won't sell it to others people and yeah, relax and all that. Okay, I'm very passionate in my company. I always think of, hey, how can we expand? And it's always in my mind, no matter where I go. So that is the first thing. As a CEO, you must love the company, you must have the passion. Okay. Then after that, like I said, always be optimistic. When every problems comes in, optimistic about the future. Right? How can you do better? Okay. When problems comes in, how are you going to solve the problems? This is very, very important. Okay. Um, yeah, clear aim, like I said. Okay. The skills, I think as a CEO, many of the company CEOs will think that this company belongs to them or they are the highest authority in the company and all that. To me, no. I always position myself as a team leader. During meetings, anyone can say anything. You can say I made a wrong mistake. I will agree if let's say I made a wrong mistake. Yeah, because we are a team. Yeah, so I always tell my people when I have meetings, I say, hey, nothing personal. It's all about business, company first. Because you love your family, you love your company.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is very, very important. Yeah, and only when you do the right things, then the right people will follow you. And money also will follow you.
Okay. Good. Thanks for sharing that. I think amongst all so many people that I've talked to and interviewed, you're one of the first few who said confidence and being positive right up in front. Most people won't tell me about the confidence and looking at things positively. So thank you for sharing that. How did you come across or how did you have this positive outlook? Can you share with us a bit more about that?
Sorry, again?
Why do you think you have such a positive outlook?
Mm, why do I have a positive outlook?
Yes.
Um, you maybe it's because my family background, because I came from a poor family. Actually, I have nothing to do with it,
Mhm,
and I always very confident. Can you imagine when I was in Pasmalam,
mhm,
sell ikan bilis, a small stalls in Malacca, Pasmalam.
mhm,
Uh, when I want to do something, I want to do it the best. This I have a very high expectations to myself, even during Pasmalam time.
mhm,
I told myself, I challenged myself. The whole Pasmalam, right? I want to make sure that all the stalls who sell nasi lemak,
mhm.
they will buy their ikan bilis from me. So I think the strategy out. I talk to them, I try. Every day I go to his stalls, every time I buy nasi lemak from her. Then after that, I make friend. Then I tell her, hey, I can give you good price. When I know how to drive, 17 years old, I got the driving license. I drove my father's, Daihatsu that time.
Yep.
Okay. So behind there, before I go back home, I said, hey, put some ikan bilis there. The way the journey back, I will stop by all the gerai or the mini market. I will ask them whether they want to buy goods from me. Yeah, this is, I mean, I'm brought up with the kind of
Okay.
history. So can you imagine the small stalls in Pasmalam?
Mhm,
My father's name,
mhm,
even the in Langkawi, those who have the fisher,
mhm.
those fisher boat, the fish boat,
Yep.
they know someone in Malacca selling ikan bilis, they're doing very well. They can sell a lot of fish, a lot of ikan bilis. One day I can sell 1 ton of ikan bilis, sometimes
Good.
2 tons.
Good.
Yeah.
Very good.
But I have a lot. By right, my family should be quite good, but because my late father's, yeah, sometimes they have some. He lost a lot of money in share market. That's why we suffered. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but luckily we've been through. So to me, as long as, how to say, you must be determined, and
Okay.
be very positive. Maybe that's my past. Yeah.
Okay. I okay. Now's the time. I want to just say that we will open this opportunity to students to ask you questions as well. Okay, so students and anyone else who's listening to this live, okay, feel free, post your questions online on the chat. I have two staff here, two of my team members, Najwa as well as Doreen. Okay, they will filter through the questions and they'll post the questions to me, and I will then forward the questions to Mr. Lee. So, my dear listeners, if you've got any questions, now's the time for you to post questions to Mr. Lee. But Mr. Lee, what I can see now is that what you're trying to say is that you were not only determined, not only were you looking at things positively, but you also from the outset look at it from a problem solving point of view. Every problem has a solution, and you were always looking at the solution. And I think that's also very important to note that or to frame it that way, because these are some of the things that we also try to to ensure that our graduates, our students and our graduates will have it. Everyone would love to have graduates or employees that are problem solvers rather than bringing problems themselves and wanting us to solve it. All right. So
Yeah.
you've shared something there, and I just want to highlight to everyone who's listening in. Mr. Lee came up through looking at all problems as there's a potential to solve it. Okay, so that's how he became the way he is. Now, I think I've got a few questions popping up on the chat. Let me just have a quick look or filter through the questions. Okay, Mr. Lee, there's a question here about Malacca. Now, someone wants to know which part of Malacca you're from, and I think Malacca has come up in the news lately. At least one Malacca boy has won a medal in Olympics.
Mhm.
All right. So now we're interviewing you. You're also from Malacca. So which part of Malacca were you from?
Malim.
Malin. Okay, so hopefully that answers our listeners' question. And by the way, privately, I'm also from Malacca,
Oh,
Ujung Pasir.
oh, Ujung Pasir.
Okay, so neighbor lah, huh? Okay, let's see another question. Which part of Malacca? Let's see. Okay, Mr. Lee, do you think that COVID affected the pharmacy business positively or negatively? What are the opportunities you see in this current situation?
Okay. Good questions actually. It depends on where is your outlets. Okay. I have 40 outlets in Johor Bahru,
Mhm.
in the whole of Johor. So I would say, if you ask me, right, yes, it's affect us negatively because why? Uh, Singaporean is not coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Malaysian cannot go to Singapore to work.
Yep.
So basically, the economy environment in JB is quite dead.
Mhm.
For example, City Square used to be the most vibrant
Yep.
mall in
Yep.
Johor.
Yep.
McDonald's also closed down. Yeah, and when we are there, we have to pay the rental.
Yeah.
Okay, like we have the outlets in Jalan Bukit Bintang. Jalan Bukit Bintang, I believe everyone also know is the most vibrant strip shop in whole of maybe the whole of Malaysia. Now is really quiet.
Mhm. Yep.
We have outlets in Petaling Street, um, very quiet as well.
Yep.
Even our next to our shop was Family Mart, and also they decided to stop their operations there. So depends on which part where you open your outlets. So if let's say your business is for locals, I think still okay, except Johor. Johor, I think the economy situation there quite bad, but
Mhm.
the rest of the place quite okay.
Mhm.
And having said that, you see, that's why I said we have problems, but how you solve it? I'm proudly to say that, despite of this kind of negative impact, but our company still grow, our profit still grow. So it's still a good sign. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good. All right. So more questions. I think a lot of people are very interested in you, so that's why I'm looking at all the chat questions which are coming in. I'm still filtering some of them. Okay, I think we've got some good uh, questions popping up. So, someone said that, and I quote, "I appreciate all this inspirational talk of yours, Mr. Lee." So I just wanted to give you that feedback immediately. So they are very interested in this. One question from one of our students. He asks, "Can I know what skills are you still learning at the moment? Is it in management? Is it in marketing? Is it in procurement? Would it be in finance?" I assume you're still learning, you're still growing and
Yeah.
learning,
You,
right?
you, you see, I'm a kind of person, I always tell my people, every day is a learning day.
Mhm.
So it's very important. I won't just limit myself just to learn, study IT or what. Yes, but to me, right, even I always tell my pharmacist and my manager as well. I said, today, a promoters in your shop, you also can learn something from her.
Exactly.
Not just knowledge, but
Mhm.
attitude. I got promoters. She is 75 years old. Okay, 65 years old. So she travels from Ampang to go to uptown to work. And she don't have cars. She have to take two buses, two different bus. And then after that, the final one took taxi to come to my shop. But I tell you, she never late. And she always the last one who go back. So I told my pharmacist, I told everyone, hey, this is the character attitude that we can learn. It's very important. So every time when you see something, you just need to sit down and analyze, hey, what can I learn?
Mhm.
I'm the kind of person very weird, very weird kind of person. Even I watch movie, right, with my son, I will ask him, hey, after this movie, what have you learned from here? So everything I just like to learn, analyze.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the skills, if let's say you ask me special skills or what, yeah, maybe I will spend my time more in how to manage the people, yeah, how to manage the company skills. But yeah,
Okay.
usually I will sit down and just like I wouldn't go for a course because I
Mhm.
don't have time. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We have three questions on this same topic, telepharmacy. Okay, three people have asked a question. What do you see in terms of the future of telepharmacy?
Very good questions. If you ask me, right, I think definitely telepharmacy is one of the area that going to boost up and is growing very fast. So yeah, I think the future is bright. Yeah.
And how does one get into I mean, okay, my question regarding telepharmacy is this. I see telepharmacy coming in. I think it's very bright. I think there are a lot of opportunities there. But just like having a knife, it's double-edged. Both sides are sharp. It can cut and it can also cut you. Both ways also can. All right.
Yes.
So looking at it, how would you prepare your company for the future of telepharmacy, or in this case, for industry revolution 4.0, which is definitely coming, where they got AI, machine learning, robotics, telepharmacy is one of them, remote, services. These are definitely going to come. All right. And with you, your challenge is right now, I know you're opening many stalls all around Malaysia. You've got over 1,300 employees, you just told us. Okay. But in growing that big that fast and also knowing that industry 4.0 is coming, how is that going to play around with your current plan? And will there be any change in your strategy? Some thoughts on that from you.
Yeah, I think if you want to do good in telepharmacy, one thing is the infrastructure. So how are you going to set up the infra? You must
Mhm.
get prepared. Then second is the mindset, how you want to do it right. As in telepharmacy is not just a service whereby people call and then they want Nova, Zoco or what, then you just prepare and then you send to them. To me,
Mhm.
this is not a pharmacist job. This is
Mhm.
a assistant or even the whole process is like a 7-Eleven cashier kind
Yeah.
of job.
Yeah.
You see? So one thing is you must know your position and you must know what is your responsibility and how to draft the infra right. Make sure you have the right infra. Then only you can expand into it. Else you make it a mess. So how you are getting the prescription,
Mhm.
a legal prescription, which uh, which get the authorizations from the which is authorized by the GP or KKM.
Mhm.
So all this is very important.
Mhm.
So you must set it right. Yeah. That's why I always say if you do the right things, money will follow you. Then after that, if you do the right things, you have a big dream, people will follow you.
Follow you. Mhm.
Ah,
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Uh, Quite a number of questions are popping in. I'm mentally trying to filter them because same questions are coming in from different people. Okay, so but I'm also listening to your answer, and I think your answers are appropriate ones as well. There's a question here about price war among pharmacists. What's your opinion on the price war?
this is a very good question also. This you see, I always say this is the skills that I always want my people to analyze, and I also hope that um, those students or in uni,
Mhm.
To me, I elaborate a bit long, maybe
That's
out of
okay.
yeah, yeah,
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah. I always tell my people, um, the things most important thing you study in uni is not the facts from the books, as in 1 plus 1 equals to 2, or you study you memorize the pharmacology of the products, or the pharmacokinetics and all that. Basically, all these things, right? When they graduated after 1 year or 2 years, I can challenge lah. I think 95% we will return back to the lecturer already. We are very good. We borrow, then we return back. Means we forget lah. But I'm very
Yeah.
honest, I forgot a lot of things. You ask me
Yeah.
pharmacokinetic, all these things, I don't know. I forget already.
Mhm.
But the skills that you need to know the most, you need to learn the most, is when you need something, where can you find the answers? This
Exactly.
is most important skills that you
Mhm.
should learn from the uni. Second thing is how you analyze things. Okay, many people, right, will ask me, hey, Mr. Lee, I think big pharmacy known for giving the medications at the affordable price. Many people will ask, hey, how about the price war and all that? But sometimes we have to look at the market force. The price I can't determine by myself. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless one day we how to say, we control 80% of the market share,
Mhm.
then you can control the price. Then you don't have price war. But now is market force. Today you think about Malaysia market. How about global? How about Lazada? How about Shopee? You get what I mean or
Yeah.
not? So if let's say those people just focus on the price, I think they focus the wrong way. What can you do better other than the price? Price is just something, a small factors to determine whether you have an advantage over other people's or not. But you should think of how to overcome the factor. Because nowadays is everywhere. We can't avoid. Today, if let's
Yep.
say we sell expensive, you look at Lazada, Shopee,
Yep.
or if anywhere, they are
Yep.
coming.
Yep. 3 years, 4 years ago, no such thing as Lazada and Shopee.
Exactly.
Yes. Mhm. Okay. So thanks for that answer. Okay. Uh,
Okay.
Another student asked, most likely a pharmacist. This student asked, what do you look out for when hiring a pharmacist? What
Sorry.
qualities do what qualities do you look out for when hiring a pharmacist?
Um, I I think I interviewed more than 2,000 pharmacists. Okay,
Mhm.
to be
Yeah.
very honest, I never look at their results.
Mhm.
Maybe because last time my results very bad, just merely pass. Okay.
So you're looking at beyond results. That's what you look
Yes,
at.
yeah.
Yes.
I'll look at whether they have leadership skill,
Okay.
they are a team player,
Okay.
how open are they
Okay.
to receive or learn new things,
Okay.
and also the attitude that I mentioned just now, whether they determine they are hungry to learn things or not,
Okay.
they have an aim or not.
Okay.
Yeah, so these are in fact, a character or attitude built in their bodies. Yeah, so I'm looking for that.
Okay. Do you think these characteristics are trained, that students can be trained to do these things?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. You see, during my secondary school, despite of my so-called busy schedule,
Uh-huh.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday I have to work. Sometimes Tuesday and Friday, Tuesday and Wednesday I need to go also. I have to work. If let's say falls into place day, but I was the head prefect. I was the president of student society.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this is the leadership skill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and I think you can learn from the uni. Yeah.
yeah, uh, I I think a big shout out to all the students there. Thank you for all the questions, and I hope you can see that there are many things you can do to upskill yourself. All right. Here's another question, most likely from another student. Okay. This student wants to know what is the future, what are the future plans for big pharmacy? What are your strategies? Now,
Yeah.
you may or may not want to answer this. I leave it to you. If it comes up to, some big secrets and big plans of yours.
Yeah, like I said, I aim to bring big pharmacy to become the best healthcare providers in Malaysia. Yeah, and maybe 5 years later, I hope that you know, I hope that I can bring big pharmacy to overseas. To
Okay.
me,
Right.
I'm the kind of person. I travel a lot.
Mhm.
Before MCO,
Mhm.
yeah, been to a lot of countries. Sometimes for conference and all that. Um, like tell you, shared with you just now, I like to think. Sometimes in the plane, sometimes in the hotel, I always ask myself, how comes Guardian and Watsons, they are in Malaysia, they can do so well.
Yep.
They can do, you go to Singapore, you can see there's Guardian, there's Watsons. You go
Yep.
to Thailand, you can see Boots Pharmacy, you
Yep.
can see Guardian, you can see Watsons. You go to
Yep.
China, you can see them anywhere.
Yep.
So come on, why our Malaysia brand? We can't bring our Malaysia brand to go overseas.
Yep.
This one,
Exactly.
I keep thinking. You get what I mean? So
Yep.
my that's why I tell you why I work today, and my dream is not to make or Mr. Lee become a billionaire. No, to me is hey, I want to do
Yep.
something big.
There are
Yeah,
also questions. Some of these graduates may not be thinking big, but they are basically asking this now. If I don't want to have a multi-retail chain, can I open a single store of pharmacists? What is the role and how can I survive? Knowing that it's the big retail pharmacies that are eating up most of the business. Probably the student is conflicted.
yeah. Okay. Um, I think this is also a good question.
Mhm.
So before you do anything, then
Mhm.
I mean, definitely you can open a small retail
Sure.
pharmacy or two. That's not a problem. You can do it.
Yep.
In fact, it's easier for you to manage as well. But
Mhm.
um, you have to analyze what is your strength,
Mhm.
what is the big chain weakness,
Yep.
then you have to focus on your strength.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and if let's say you ask me to look at the bigger kind of picture,
Mhm.
I think the chain is growing bigger and bigger. That is the fact.
Mhm.
Not just happen in Malaysia retail pharmacy. If you look at globally, from the top, that means drug manufacturer, Pfizer's, all those drug companies, they are acquiring as well.
Mhm.
It's a consolidating. Everybody is like how to make it big and all that. Even if you look at car makers, Geely also bought over Volvo and
Mhm.
bought over other companies. So
Mhm.
this is
Yep.
what is happening in the global, you see.
Yep.
And banks as well, there are a lot of mergers. So small
Mhm.
banks will be, I mean, more difficult, slightly more difficult to make more money. The environment is getting more and more competitive. This is the fact of life. You can't change that. So how you want to accommodate them into this kind of environment? That's why you have to analyze and you have to think.
Okay. Now we are very rapidly reaching towards the end of our hour together. Okay. I just want to ask your thoughts right now. Okay. For students or those who want to go into business or to become an entrepreneur, what thoughts do you want to share with them? What should they look for? What should they explore? What should they prepare themselves for?
I think if let's say you want to be entrepreneur, first
Mhm.
thing is you must be brave. Don't scared
Yeah.
of losing or falling or fail.
Okay.
Uh, the reasons why I can grow my business so fast is because I never scared of that.
Okay.
When I was young, I keep thinking, hey, worst come to worst, I go back and sell the companies. I think I can make a fortune there as well.
Good.
I'm serious.
Yes.
So don't
Yes.
don't scared of failing.
Yes.
Okay, nothing to
Yep.
lose because we are young. If let's say you are young, you can afford to fail.
Yep.
Then you just stand up. That's it. Start
Yep.
again.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not like those who are 50 years old or 60 years old, they cannot afford. Yeah. So for youngsters, okay, you can afford to fail.
Okay.
Yeah. So and the other thing is you must keep thinking of the future, any new ideas, creative solutions.
Okay.
And I can tell you, I start to venture into this tele pharmacy kind of
Mhm.
infra and all that when I was in 2015.
Mhm. Yep.
At the time nobody talk about this.
Yes.
So that's the
Mhm.
thing. You have to think. You have
Mhm.
to analyze.
Okay. Mr. Lee, thank you very much for spending the hour with us. Okay, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Also, I want to thank your staff also. I thought I saw Joanne in there just now, but she stayed silent. So, Joanne, if you're still there, thank you very much. Okay, thanks for being part of us. Now, two of our staff here, Najwa and Doreen, are my staff as well as my colleagues. I can't do without them. We would like to take a group photo. So everyone who's here, who's still with us, okay, can I encourage you to turn on your cameras? Don't run away, please don't run away. Turn on your cameras, smile for the cameras. We would like to take a group photo to commemorate our occasion together. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, students, boys and girls, colleagues, all of you, okay, let's commemorate our time together online with Mr. Lee. Please, can I encourage you to please turn on your cameras, and either Najwa or Doreen from IPCU will be taking our group photo together. Okay, Doreen, Najwa, I'll leave it up to you. You prepare and do the countdown. Sorry, can't hear you, Najwa. I see
Sorry.
your lips moving.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
okay,
was on mute. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for another 1 more minute for all of you to put on your camera on. So, all right. I think we have 2 pages of participants here. So I'm gonna do the first one first.
okay.
So, okay, on my count, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right. Hold up. Give me 1 more minute. Let me just put that on.
Okay,
And
thanks for turning on
then,
all your cameras, everyone. I really appreciate this.
yeah. So now I'm going to do for the second page. Yeah. One,
Okay,
two, three. All right. I'm done with the photo, Dr. Kang.
okay, thank you. So it only now remains for me to thank Mr. Lee, the CEO of Big Pharmacy Group, okay, for the time, for the 1 hour that he spent with us. I think he's shared a lot of ideas with us. He shared things that I have been telling my students for years and years and years. But you know, lah, Mr. Lee, being a lecturer, the students will never listen to me. So that's why I want them to listen through to you. So you said all the right things. And by the way, students, I never prompted him for any of the answers. It came naturally from him about don't fear failure. Uh, be gung ho, be explore things, find out new things, learn, be active. Okay, don't fear. I think is what he's basically saying. So, Mr. Lee, Joanne, and the rest of your team from Big Pharmacy Group, thank you. Stay safe. COVID-19 isn't over yet. Please mask up, avoid crowds and everything and anyone. Okay, we want to see through, and hopefully we will see one another face to face sometime soon once COVID-19 and this pandemic is over. Take care. And Mr. Lee, thank you once again.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. Bye.
Okay. Bye bye.
All right.